Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fisayo. If you're new here, hello, welcome to this community of bright and brilliant minds. I hope you join us by subscribing, okay? Today, I'm going to be sharing with you some skills that I believe anyone who is making plans to move abroad should learn or hone or practice or do whatever. Just have these skills as far as you are planning to move abroad. Now, it will save you a lot of money and it can even give you pathways to make more money. I'm going to be sectioning them into hard and soft skills. So by hard skills, I mean like physical skills and then, the regular soft skills. So the first one for hard skill is driving. Yes. What are you doing not learning how to drive from your home country before you move abroad? You should absolutely learn how to drive before you travel abroad. If you have the opportunity and the chance to learn how to drive, please make sure you learn how to drive. Now, I'm not saying that if you are a pro wherever you're coming from, you're automatically going to beat the system here and know how to drive here and pass your driving test. No. Now, I have a personal example. Before I left Nigeria, I've been driving for 10 years. I learned how to drive in 2012. And then in 2022, when I took my driving test here, I failed it twice. Yes, I failed it thrice. Now, I knew the fundamentals of driving, how to drive, but the small things like making sure that you do not pass the speed limit, making sure that you turn with your head when you're reversing, making sure that you can parallel park at one take, making sure that you use your indicator at the right time, making sure that you do not pass your turns or you do not miss your turns. Small things like that can make someone fail the driving test. So even if you learn how to drive, it's not an automatic pass to getting a driver's license here, but at least you know the basics. At least you don't have to enroll in a driving school and pay like $500 to get someone to train you on how to drive. As far as you already know how to drive from where you're coming from, you just need to make sure you're practicing the booklets very well. Make sure that for the state you're going to write your exam, you know what is expected for anyone who is trying to get a license in that state. Now, the second skill is photography. Yes, photography. Why shouldn't you learn how to put your camera in front of you and take a photo? Why shouldn't you learn how to document your journey? Why shouldn't you learn how to take pictures from different angles? Why shouldn't you do that? When I was a student, I tried to research on how much it costs to do like a photo shoot, and it was about $300 per hour. And I thought to myself, wow, I do have a tripod and my phone camera is great. I can literally set it up and take my own photos, and that was what I did when I was a student. So not everyone is a student, not everybody does not have a lot of money when they come in, but I'm specifically speaking to those people who are trying to save themselves some extra bucks. So please learn how to take your own photos by yourself. Now, the third thing is cooking. Please know how to whip up your own dishes by yourself. Learn how to cook. The basic things, the extra things, your traditional meals. There are, a lot of stores. There's African stores, there's Asian stores around. You can find things that are very specific to some regions, right? So that's not a problem. But please learn how to cook, because if you keep buying food every time, you're going to finish your money. I don't know if you plan to get in with a job or have like a graduate assistantship, but even if you do have that, it makes sense to actually cook your own food in bulk. Put it in your fridge. There's always power supply here, so you're not going to be bothered about like whether the food is spoiling or whatnot. You can be sure that you're saving a lot of bucks for yourself by actually cooking your own meals, and it's a lot healthier than actually eating outside. Now, the fourth one is makeup. This one is for my girls, right? I'm not so much of a makeup girl. I mean, you can see my face. I just do the basic things, right? Even when I'm going to shoot. But for everyone who loves all that glam, please make sure you learn how to do that. There's Jackie Aina, there's Dima May on YouTube. You can just watch and buy things, do your own makeup. You become a pro. If you have like your birthday, you don't need to pay no makeup artist. You do your makeup, everything by yourself. As a student, you're trying to be, well, I mean, not too frugal, but you're trying to save money because you're a student. So please make sure that you learn how to do your own makeup. Next thing is being hands-on. For example, fixing things around the house, doing a little bit of plumbing work here and there, assembling your furniture, like installing or coupling wires, things like checking out for blockages in places, things like clearing out the vents, things like setting up your own bed or work area, things like that. You need to learn how to be hands-on and keep practicing on how to be hands-on. There are apps that you can actually join. For example, there's TaskRabbit, where you can actually, if you want to service people. I remember when I was trying to set up something in my apartment, and I was feeling lazy, so I went on TaskRabbit, and then I looked for somebody that could do it, and I saw that person was about to charge me $100 per hour, and with my estimation, it would take like about 5 hours to finish doing that. And then I thought to myself, $500, no. Nope, I ain't doing this as a student. Nope, I'm not. I'm not paying $500 to come and set up a bed that I bought. No, I'm not doing that. If you feel like you have the skills and you want to make some extra money, you can literally sign up on those apps. There are Facebook groups where you can actually sign up to be a service provider. Any type of service, right? So anything you feel like you can provide and can make you extra money, please sign up. Look for the groups. You can just search, nannies in this area or handymen in this area. You will literally find a lot of groups where you can join and be connected to people who need that service. If you've not liked this video at this point, please hit like on this video. It tells YouTube that I'm doing a good job and it recommends my videos to more people. So please hit like on this video right now, and please drop a comment if any of these points I've said has resonated with you so far. Please drop a comment. And if you're on this side already and there are some skills that I didn't mention that have saved you some money, or even any of the ones that I've mentioned that have saved you money, please, I'm sure that everyone who is listening will want to hear from the perspective of someone who is here. So please drop it in the comments as well. Thank you. Okay, now the last one is hair making. This one, I don't know if I would say guys should learn how to barb their own hair. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't speak to that. But for ladies, I think that if you're coming in as a student for at least your first 1 year or 2 years, you should be able to do things by yourself, like with respect to your hair. Just try to know how to braid, to do cornrows, to style, because these things are expensive as a student. When you are no longer a student and you're working and all and you're comfortable, you can always go to a salon, braid, and do everything for like $300, $400, $500. I mean, if you have the money. But as a student, it would save you a lot of money if you actually do know how to make your hair by yourself. There are tons of videos on YouTube that you can watch. If you literally just type, natural hair or relaxed hair or African hair or any type of hair, there are lots of tutorials that you can literally watch for yourself and learn and practice by your own self. Practice makes perfect, right? So you can learn, practice by your own self, and be a boss. So aside even making this hair by yourself, you can now go as far as making hair for people. I remember when I went to visit a friend one time and I had to get my hair made because I didn't want to do it by myself, and then somebody else, and then she charged me for it. Of course I'll pay her, because yeah, you're helping me, you're providing a service for me. So if this is something that you can do for somebody else, please make sure that you so on the soft skills side, the first one I have is budgeting and financial literacy. It might be tricky when you're having to spend money in another currency. Your default mind might want to make you start converting prices of things in your own currency before spending them. While I don't think that's a good approach, I believe that you should come up with a budget of your income versus your expenses. Now, that's even if you have an income as a student. Now, typical case scenario is you just have expenses. Write things down in ratios. There's some months obviously that you feel good about it. There's some other months where you be like, wow, why did I spend this much money? But as far as you can keep track of how well you are doing. It will motivate you to keep planning for your expenses. And then when you leave the state of being a student, when you start making money, you can carry on that practice into your regular life and making sure that you are not overspending. I think that managing your expenses when living abroad should be highly prioritized. Now, the next soft skill is open-mindedness, right? Not being set in your ways. You're moving to a new place. You're going to be faced with new cultures, new peoples, new That's a new people's, new people, new ways of doing things, new ideals. You need to be open-minded, right? Embrace many things. Be an observant person. Watch people from afar. Look at how people do things. You are in a new terrain altogether, and so you need to be able to read through the lines, right? Everything is not cast in stone, and there are lots of nuances that you have to pay attention to if you must thrive in this new environment. Roll with people who are already here. Listen to people who have been here longer than you. Ask questions. Be curious. Ask questions on things that are not clear to you. Make sure that you're not living as an island. If you're in a particular school and you're a first year, mix with the second years, the third years, people who have graduated, right? Ask questions. If you're in a particular community, try to have coffee chats or try to join networking events that people who have stayed longer in that community are going to be attending. It will do you a whole lot of good. Now, the third thing I want to say is appear enthusiastic and smile. Now, as easy as that sounds, your body language says a lot about you before you even speak. When you enter rooms, when you enter conferences, when you enter classes, people are watching how you behave, right? Before you even speak, the way you dress, the way you look, right? People judge you from that. I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but we're humans, right? And people literally look at you and judge you from how they see you. So if you're entering a new space, make sure you smile. You're warm. You smile at people. Hey, hi, how are you? Smile, be enthusiastic. Like when you enter, even if you're not feeling it that day, just try to be enthusiastic, all right? It draws a lot of people to you. It gives a good perception about yourself to other people. It draws opportunities to you. People want to come closer to you. People want to help you just because they feel like, oh, this person, this person's warm, this person's polite, this person's friendly, this person's always smiling, right? It doesn't mean that you not have enemies, right? It doesn't mean that, but you will make more friends by being enthusiastic, by being polite, by smiling when you enter some rooms. Last skill is resilience. Yes, having a can-do spirit and being positive minded. The truth is, not many people would be as transparent or vulnerable to tell you what their challenges are living abroad. And so you might move abroad and then find that you are experiencing some challenges that you haven't seen people talk about, and you're wondering what's going on. It is normal, right? It is normal. And a lot of people are actually pulling through the challenges they face through resilience. So you have to stay the course, right? Whatever it is, make sure you have a can-do attitude. You're like, yes, this challenge has come. I'm going to surmount it some way or the other. I'm going to look for a solution. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to, let this stop me in my tracks. I'm just going to keep going. So building that resilience for yourself in anything that you're doing currently will help you a great deal when you come here, right? Because for the international students or for the immigrants, the journey is not the same for everyone. People have unique challenges that they have to face at every different stage. But if you are resilient, if you keep telling yourself that you can literally do many things, if you keep being positive and speaking positively about yourself and to yourself, you will pull through. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you hit like on this video and I hope you subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye.